Hi parents, this is week 12 and we will be breaking for Christmas and be back in January. So I'm quickly going to go through week 12 with you. I am going to start with the history, and the history is tell me about the Battle of Waterloo. And it is Napoleon Bonaparte of the French Empire. We are going to use what we use in the timeline is when we say Napoleon was Emperor of France. So we are going to say Napoleon Bonaparte of the French Empire was defeated. He lost the war, was defeated at the Battle of Waterloo by British. We've done this before. British. We're going to make a W and make General Wellington. This is a W in sign language. Soon after the war, we've used this for war. This is sign language for war of 1812 in the United States. Like we do the pledge for United States. So we for the in the United States, and the song goes something like this: Napoleon Bonaparte of the French Empire was defeated at the Battle of Waterloo by British General Wellington. Soon after the War of 1812 in the United States. And then for science or for math, we are finally done with the all those skip counting, so the kids will be happy. We are doing an easy thing this week is teaspoons and tablespoons, and I have it written down for them to show them, and I have a teaspoon and a tablespoon with me, so I will show them. And we will say 3 teaspoons equals 1 tablespoon. 2 tablespoons equal 1 fluid ounce. I will have a ball and we will throw it. I will say 3 teaspoons and I will throw it to a person. We will stand in a circle and they need to say equals 1 tablespoon. Then they say 2 tablespoons equals, and they pick who they want to throw to, and they throw to him or her, and she has to say equals 1 fluid ounce, and then so on. She can pick, and we will go over it 8 times. The more they repeat, the easier it is to remember. First conjugation, Latin, we've done it last week. Make sure I've checked the Memory Masters list. Please sing those songs. If they do sing the song, they have to say singular and plural. So even though the song for future perfect tense go Ero, eris, erit, Eramus, eritus, errant. First conjugations, future perfect tense. Let them add singular and plural. So say ero, eris, erit, singular. Eramus, eritus, errant, plural. First conjugation, future perfect tense. And then what do we have for Eastern European seas? I have the maps, and last week we did Eastern Europe, and we are doing the Eastern European seas. So we've been on this map last week. That is the Barents Sea. That is the White Sea. We've talked about the Black Sea, how it looks like a shoe, and that's Constantinople on the heel. So Black Sea, and here's another one we did last year, Caspian Sea, and then the Aral Sea. So for this week we have Barents Sea, White Sea, Black Sea, Caspian Sea, and Aral Sea. And then for the maps, I always talk about the black line map and the colored maps with the answers in the CC guide. In your CC guide, and I hope we all have the same edition, but it is on page 219. The Europe map for cycle 2 is on 219, and on 227 the black line map is on 219, and the map with the answers is on page 227. And then for English we have more indefinite pronouns. I have given you the song before for the English pronouns, for all of English for cycle 2. So I put it on and let my student just listen to the whole thing. We've come this far to week 12. So let them listen to it so that when they say all the English grammar, that the song is in their mind when they say it. So for indefinite pronouns, the other we have, last week we had anybody, anyone, any. So this week we have all the every. So we're going to say everybody, everyone, everything. Then we have few. We have many. So few, many, more, most. And then the last one is neither. So everybody, everyone, everything, few, many, more, most, and neither. And then the last one is science. What are some nice names of some US space missions? Now, I have learned that I will send a link of the song that I have for the science. I see the kids in my class have no interest in the song, but if you have a student maybe that likes the song, let them do the motions with the song. Cece doesn't have a song for that, so I'm just going to do motions for science. But for the songs that Cece does have, like math and history, please listen to those songs. And like I say, the English song is very helpful. If your child learns well with Cece Happy Mom, just search for Cece Happy Mom on YouTube, Cycle 2, and they will learn with a song where all the geography is situated. So if your child likes to do that, that is a good place to start. Also for the science, so what are some names of US space missions? The first one is Mercury, and we are going to show one because Mercury was a space shuttle program that was made for only to carry one person into space. So we are going to say Mercury. And then comes a Gemini. The Gemini spacecraft was made for 2 people, and it was called Gemini because the NASA named it after the constellation Gemini, which we all know is twins. This is just some more information to make the kids know a little bit more about it and remember what it is. So this is Mercury. It carried 1 person. We're just going to say Mercury. Gemini stands for 2, so Gemini. And then Apollo, we are going to walk on the moon because Apollo was the spacecraft that finally landed American on the moon. So we are going to say Apollo, and then we're going to turn into wings and we are going to say shuttle. The shuttle is made to carry more people, and it's actually the first spacecraft that you can see the wings on it. It works like a shuttle we know in the airport. It was designed to carry stuff to space on missions and come back and land actually like a normal airplane would. So what are some names of US space missions? Some names of some US space missions are Mercury, Gemini, Apollo, and Shuttle. A lot of you have these Usborne books. There is a lot on space. If your child is very interested in the space stuff, the Usborne Science Encyclopedia have a lot on it, especially on page 177. there is a lot on the different shuttles and the different spacecrafts, and when the first man landed on the moon and when America landed on the moon, and what have they done, because they have retired the shuttle program, and what has happened with all those shuttles. So that is it for week 12. We are doing constellations in science experiments, so ask your children about that. And then for Tin Whistle, the kids have been doing so well. We are just going to review everything we've done, and then they can play any song that they would like to. Thank you, parents. Bye.